Hey Valley Middle, welcome back to another math video. Today we're going to be working on solving multiplication equations. Before we do that, let's take a look at our trivia question. It's a riddle today. This is something you touch every day, and 95% of the people in the world have no idea what it's called. What is it? We'll be back to the answer to that question tonight after our instruction. Tonight officially our target is I can solve multiplication equations using the inverse operation. So let's do this thing. Kevin burns 9 calories per minute riding his bike. On Saturday, he burned 558 calories riding. Write and solve an equation to find out how many minutes he rode on Saturday. Use the inverse operation to isolate the variable. I know this sounds complicated, but we've been through this before. You know what we're going to do. We're going to write the equation. Here we go. The 558 minutes, or calories total, is equal to 9 calories times some number of minutes, right? Well, this is a multiplication situation, right? 9 times m. How do you solve multiplication? What's the opposite? What's the inverse? Division, of course. How do you get the m by itself? You got to get rid of the 9. So the way we get rid of multiply by 9 is we divide by 9. So when we do that, we can isolate that variable. 9 divided by 9 is just going to leave you m. 558 divided by 9 gives you 62. 62 equals m. 62 minutes. And we can check it real quick. We can take that 558 and go, does it equal 9 times 62? And it sure does. And we have just completed our first multiplication equation. Let's take a look at just a review of some must-know words. Again, a multiplication equation is just going to be an equation where multiplication is the operation. Here we go. We've got 2x. That's 2 times x. Here's another one. 4t equals 20. Okay, I know it's written backwards, but we can do that. We've done that. Again, we isolate this. We got to get rid of this 4 to get t isolated. So we divide both sides by 4. Divide this side by 4. 4 divided by 4 is going to give us 1t or just t. 20 divided by 4 is going to give us 5. So the rule is that in a nutshell, you can, as long as you multiply or divide both numbers by the same thing, both sides by the same thing, you can do that as long as that number is not 0. And so that's why it talks about that up here. I could multiply this number by 10 if I wanted to, as long as I multiplied this by 10. Multiplying by 10 doesn't do us any good in isolating. What does us good in isolating is we divide this 4 times t. If we divide the 4 by 4, so then we can get this down to a single t by isolating it. But if we divide this side by 4, we have to divide this side by 4. Here's a look at those inverse operations. This is the last one. We've done them all. We've done subtraction equations, addition equations, division equations. Today it's multiplication equations. We solve them. The inverse operation of division. Let's take a look at a couple, and then I'll have you do a couple. We got 8y equals 24. How do we get y by itself? How do we isolate it? Well, we get rid of 8 times y by dividing it both sides by 8. When you do that, whoops, the 8's cross off because 8 divided by 8 is just 1, or just plain y, and 24 divided by 8 is 3. You can go ahead and pop that into the calculator and see if it makes sense. 8 times 3 is equal to 24. Good job, you're my hero. Well, next to Mr. Dudley. Okay, well, I think I'm everybody's hero. It's a cross I've had to bear my entire life. All right, so this one here. We have 6z equals 48. Well, how are we going to get z by itself? We have to undo the 6 times z. We undo that multiplication by division. And when we do that, these 6's will cross off. We have 48 divided by 6, z equals 8. This is a nice, clean little operation. Real simple. Oh, shucks, I knew I should have shared my pet rock with Mrs. Carruthers. This is Mr. Persons when he was a kid. He might be your Minnesota Studies teachers. If he is, that's unfortunate, but I think after a couple of years of therapy, you're going to be just fine. You can always throw it in and check it too. 6z, well, if z equals 8, 6 times 8 equals 48, and you're off to the races. All right, here are a couple of YouTube problems. Go ahead and, sorry, you try problems. Go ahead and do this. Pause the video and give it a shot. All right, divide both sides by 3. And let's see, it's on there somewhere. There we go. The 3's cross off. You got D equals 12. Pop it in. 3 times 12 equals 36. Tommy want wingy. I don't know why I love that picture so much. I just do. Ask your dad. He'll know what movie that's from. Solve this multiplication equation. Go ahead and give this a shot. Pause the video. Well, to get k by itself, we divide by 8. We do that. Let's see if I can get it. There it is. They cross out. You got k on this side, and you got 9 on this side. Good job. I don't know why that guy, he wouldn't have a low voice. He'd be more of a, good job. Weird. I know. What can I say? Pop it in and check it. 8 times 9 equals 72. Nice, clean, compact information. This is exactly the way you have to do it. See how I've got the equal signs lined up? We'd like to do that as well. Alrighty. Let's see. I think we are just ready for the ticket to the show. Yep. Here we go. 2 problems today. Just copy those down, and I'll give you the answer to the trivia question. Okay, the answer to the trivia question. What is something you touch every day and 95% of the people in the world have no idea what it is? See if you can guess. That little thing on the end of your shoelaces? Aglets. It's kind of a cool thing. Just go press your parents and say, hey, can I need some new shoestrings? I broke my aglets. They'll be like, what? Is that a bone in your foot? Nah, it's that little plastic thing on the end of the shoelace. All right, thanks for listening. You're awesome. Quite frankly, so am I. Have a good day.